Hey everybody, welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from beautiful Edmonton, Canada. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels, go longer. Quintana, HOKA Form Smart Swim Goggles, Zoot Sports, the original triathlon brand, Premium Plus Sports, and our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, Mr. Sam Appleton, coming off a win at 70.3 Geelong.
Geelong.
Yeah, look at that. And a third at Ironman Cairns and seventh at 70.3 Oceanside. Had a good season so far, my man.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, he didn't have to throw in that seventh at Oceanside. You could have maybe just skipped that one.
But look at the field. I mean, you're talking,
it's
Lionel, it's Alistair, it's Ben Canute, who's multiple-time champion there.
Sure, it was a good field.
Jackson.
Yeah, it was a great field, but, obviously I wanted to do better than I did at that race. But yeah, overall, I think this year's been pretty successful. You mentioned third at Cairns, got that Kona slot, which was kind of the focus of the first half of the year. So, to have that locked up and now sights set on Kona in a few months. And then, excited
Collins
for my
Cup.
first, Collins Cup, depending selection.
Yes.
I think this race this weekend is the cutoff. So a good showing this weekend will put me in good stead. But, we'll see what happens.
I loved last year's Collins Cup because there was some smack talking beforehand with Jan and with Sam Long, and then you guys were, the three of you and Sam Long and Jan were in the same heat. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's anything chatted about beforehand, but obviously you and Jan are both great swimmers, and you guys basically left Sam in a different zip code from the start. Was that a plan, or just sort of evolved? It happened that way?
It wasn't. I mean, it was a plan for me. Me and Jan didn't have a chat about it before the race, but I think we both kind of knew. I think the people wanted to see Sam Long versus Jan, and I was kind of just flying in under the radar a little bit. I kind of knew what I needed to do, and that was to swim hard and follow Jan for as long as I can. He's obviously a great runner, and I didn't have a great run that day, but I held on for second, and it was kind of, one of those things where I don't think we really needed to talk to each other and say what we needed to do, because we both kind of know.
You both knew. It's three guys in the race. One guy is a little lesser of a swimmer.
Exactly.
If we get a gap, then we don't have to worry about him.
Exactly.
Then it becomes me against you.
Yep.
You get less in the odds.
Exactly.
Which you always want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, is this course suit you? It's like multiple laps on the swim and the bike.
It's multiple laps on the swim. It's got the Australian exit twice. I grew up doing a lot of triathlons with the in and outs and doing surf lifesaving and things like that. So that aspect of the swim is kind of exciting. Getting out, doing a lap, a little run around and diving back in. It's kind of fun. And as in terms of does it suit me or not, I don't think it's here nor there really. I mean, it's got a little bit of elevation, but it's not actually as hilly as I thought it was going to be. And then it's a pretty flat and fast run. So.
Right. Yeah, and it's the multiple laps on the bike is with the 20 meters. If you can get away on a climb, you could stay away.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the technical aspect, I think there's 12 turns per lap or something. It's more of kind of that ITU style course, which I'm used to. I grew up doing a bit of ITU racing and things like that. So I'm looking forward to a good race on Sunday.
Well, and then 2021. You obviously love that Oceanside race, right? Because you start in the surf and you swim. It's a pretty unique course because you start in the surf and then you come into the bay, and then really cool bike course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like Oceanside. It's a great race. I like Southern California. It's a beautiful spot, and Oceanside's a special race. It's a really cool little town, and I think the town really gets behind it. And it's nice and scenic. I like to get out to the beach as much as I can. So it's a good race, and it's always attracts a good field. It's kind of one of those premier North American races.
When the stakes are the biggest, you seem to rise, right? What are you 5-time top 10, 70.3 worlds? You seem to step up when things are, when the stakes are biggest. You like the bigger fields, the sort of unique type of courses?
Yeah, I think so. I like racing the best guys. I don't shy from strong start lists and things like that. I really enjoy racing the best and putting my best foot forward. And I think that's what kind of drives me, is seeing how good I can be against the best guys in the world. So that's kind of what I'm here to do. And I enjoy the big races, and this weekend is definitely one of those.
So rest of the year, hopefully Collins Cup, U.S. Open.
Yep, U.S. Open again,
And Kona.
and pending selection for the U.S. Open, and then Kona. Yep.
Right.
So that's kind of the next few months, and then depending on how I pull up after Kona, maybe 70.3 Worlds.
I was going to say 70.3 Worlds a couple weeks later.
Yeah, but it's a tight turnaround.
It is a tight turnaround.
You know, I'll pencil it in and have the eraser handy. But if things don't go well at Kona, then it's good to have that as kind of like a backup. Right. And yeah.
What do you look at as the best race you've ever had?
Oh, best race I've ever had.
And it doesn't even need to be a win, like a race that basically told you, you know what, I can be really good at this. I can be one of the best.
I think something that kind of sticks out to me was early in 2015 where, actually it was, 2015 I raced Craig Alexander at Geelong 70.3, which I won earlier this year.
Yeah.
And we kind of swam and biked together, and we ran for the pretty much the whole run together until the red carpet where he sprinted away from me. And that was kind of one of those races where it kind of unlocked. It was almost like a catalyst in my career. I was like, hang on, you know, this can be, you know, maybe I am good enough at this sport to kind of make it. And that was a kind of a catalyst. And then after that race, I went on and won a couple of races in a row. I think I came to the US and won Vineman when it was a big race.
Yes.
So yeah, I look back at that year pretty fondly. Not necessarily just that race, but yeah, I think going head to head with Craig there, who has always been my idol, and now
3-time Ironman world champion.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think that whole period in 2015 where I did that race with Craig, and it kind of unlocked some potential within me, I guess. And then I went on and won a few races in a row, and haven't really looked back since.
Did you surprise yourself that you've sort of making a living doing swim, bike, run?
I think so. Sometimes you need to take a bit of a step back and look at how far you've come. Like I didn't grow up thinking, oh, this is what I want to be. You know, it was kind of just one door, one path led to another, and all of a sudden here I am now at 32 years old, you know, doing this as a living. So it wasn't something that I had kind of, you know, as a kid dreaming of being a professional triathlete.
Right.
But yeah, I think it is nice to kind of, you know, when you look back at your career and look at all the amazing things you've done, it's pretty special, and it can be easy to kind of get caught up in racing and training and things like that and improving and actually not realizing how far you've come, as kind of cliche as that sounds.
No. And the hard part is sometimes when things like COVID happen and you're isolated for that long period of time, it makes you appreciate it maybe a little more. Yeah,
I think so. Absolutely. Yeah, we're fortunate now to be kind of back into a somewhat regular routine of racing and things like that, which is, it's really exciting, and it's good to kind of be back, you know, semi-normal.
Nice. Thank you, Sam. Always such a pleasure, man. I appreciate you taking time.
Yeah, for sure.
And best of luck on Sunday. What are your goals?
I mean, I want to race from the front, and I think, you know, the way that this race is going to play out, there's some really good swimmers, really good bikers, and runners, of course. But I think there is a chance for a group off the front, and I'd love to be in that, kind of pushing the pace. And I mean, I hesitate to put like a goal as in, you know, a numerical number on a thing. I kind of just want to go out there and do my best, and I know that if I do race to my potential, I'm going to be right up at the pointy end. So yeah, racing well is kind of my first priority, and I think the result will take care of itself. You know what's nice is with US Open, Canadian Open, and Collins Cup, you basically have three really good, solid prize money type of races that weren't there a few years ago. This is all sort of brand new since you became a pro. Yeah, absolutely. How important has this been to you still being a pro? Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what the PTO are doing and providing that kind of financial incentive for us. And, you know, it's not everyone that's racing and finishing is getting paid, you know. You know, it's not one of those things where there's 50 guys racing but only the top 10 get paid. So it's kind of nice to have it kind of trickle down a little bit and make it worthwhile for everyone to be here. You know, it's not one of those things where you have to spend thousands of dollars to get there, and then if you get 11th, you've made nothing. Well, it's like Kona, right? You go to Kona and you bring the family over and you lose 10 grand. Yep, exactly. Yeah, so to have it paying so deep is I think really important,
Yeah.
for the pros, and providing that opportunity is really important.
Love it. Sam, always a pleasure to chat, man.
Thanks,
Good
Bob.
luck.
Appreciate it.
Sam Appleton has been our guest, everybody. Again, Breakfast with Bob. We're in beautiful Edmonton, Canada. Hold on. We'll be right back.